Good morning all. So today we are starting with the third class of electromagnetic theory. So last class we have seen what is a Cartesian coordinates, and before moving on to cylindrical coordinates, we will see what you mean by dot product or scalar product and its applications, and then some numerical questions based on that. Then also cross product or vector product and its applications and some numericals based on that. And from this dot product and cross product, the concept of dot product is very much important in your coursework, because when you are converting from one coordinate to the another, that is from spherical to Cartesian or Cartesian to spherical or to cylindrical, this is the concept of dot product, that is the scalar projection, because when we do dot product we get a scalar quantity. So the scalar projection is very important. So vector product you don't have much application, but still I will be teaching you both dot product as well as cross product. Okay. So scalar product or the dot product, just as we have seen, the scalar product or the dot product, it is denoted by A dot B. So it is A dot B. And what is it actually? It is the product of magnitude of A, that is A dot B. It is the product of magnitude of A and the product of magnitude of B. So magnitude of A into magnitude of B and the cosine of the angle between A and B. So it is cos theta AB. So if this is two vectors A and B, and this is angle theta between them, then the cosine of the angle theta between A and B. So that is what we call dot product. That is magnitude of A and the product of magnitude of B and the cosine of the angle between A and B. And actually, I told you one more thing. It is the scalar projection of A on B. So it is the magnitude of B and the projection of A onto B. So magnitude of B, this is the magnitude of B and the projection of A onto B. So you know that if this is A, that is if this is a right triangle, and if this is A, then cos A cos theta will be this value only. Sorry, I will take the M here. So if this is A, then the cos component is the adjacent component, right? So A cos, if this is theta AB, then A cos theta AB will be this side only, because cos means opposite side by adjacent side by hypotenuse, right? Cos theta means adjacent side by hypotenuse. So hypotenuse is A, then theta, then the adjacent side will be A cos theta. And angle is theta AB, so A cos theta AB. So A cos theta AB into magnitude of B will be A dot B. Okay, so you can explain it in two ways. Mod A mod B into cos theta AB, as well as the magnitude of B and the projection of product of magnitude of B and the projection of A onto B, that is mod A mod B cos theta AB. And then you know the value of cos theta vary from 0 to 1. So I'm not going to below above 90, I'm not going. See, if you take, then cos 0 means not 0 to 1, actually from 1 to 0. Like that means cos 0, that is cos theta, that is if theta is equal to 0 means that is 1, and cos 90 is equal to 0, right? So cos theta AB is 1, that is A and B are parallel. That means angle theta is equal to 0. In that case, cos 0 will be 1. Okay. Then we get negative value and also that I'm not going now. Just think from 0 to 90 degree. Okay. Then they are parallel. And then cos theta AB is 0. Then it means A and B are perpendicular. A and B are perpendicular. That means the dot product is 0, because angle will be 90 degree. And even you can see from here, you cannot project it here, right? Yeah. Then A and B are perpendicular. Even if you project, means angle will be 90 degree. That means it will be 0. So this is actually the basic idea. So dot product is the magnitude of the projection of A, that is A cos theta, in the direction of B. Adana mod B into cos theta AB, A into cos theta AB. Okay. Now let's see some of the laws that follows like commutative law, commutative law, distributive law. That is, dot product has certain applications. First one is it follows, dot product follows commutative law, because this is very important when you do the mathematical problems in electrostatic magnetic and all. So vector A dot B is equal to vector B dot A. It is vector A dot B is equal to vector B dot B. I will do one thing. I will, I'll first of all, I will finish dot product. Vector A dot B is equal to vector B dot A is equal to, we can first you multiply A into B or B into A, doesn't make any difference. So we say this is commutative, and also it is distributive. Commutative, distributive. So these terms like commutative and distributive, all you might have studied, come across in your network theory and all. That is A plus B dot C equal to A dot C plus B dot C. Also C dot, like C dot A plus B is equal to C dot A plus C dot B. So that means whatever we do, it is commutative. And also the third case, when we multiply the dot product with a constant, that means C equal to a constant here, then C is not a vector here, to be clear, C is not a vector here, then C into A dot B is equal to, that is C dot A dot B is equal to C dot A dot B. C into A dot B is equal to C dot A dot B. Also, vector A dot C into vector B is equal to C into A dot B. So that doesn't make any difference. So this is a constant which is scalar, and this is a constant which is a vector. Okay, so three laws: commutative law, distributive law, and then multiplying with a constant. Now let's see some applications of dot product. So one application you can straight away write. You can find the angle theta, right? Angle theta AB will be cos inverse of A dot B by mod A mod B. That is, from this equation you can write cos in A dot B by mod A mod B cos theta AB. Then another important term which might be new for you, that is scalar projection. So in all your conversions between the coordinates, that is from spherical to rectangular or rectangular to cylindrical, whatever conversions you have, the application is actually of scalar projection. That is scalar projection of A on B. That is scalar projection of vector A in the direction of B. Scalar projection of vector A in the direction of B. Scalar projection of vector A in the direction of B. So I will use another color. Suppose we have the same figure which we had in the previous slide. So this is vector A. This is vector A and this is vector B, and the setup is like this is the triangle, and this is PQ. Okay, this is PQ and this is theta. Okay, so we are going to see what is the scalar projection of A in the direction of B, and you have the unit vector AB. So you studied last class. I explained to you what do you mean by unit vector and why we use the unit vector, because unit vector means magnitude will be 1, but it gives the direction. So AB cap will be the unit vector in the direction of B. AB cap will be the unit vector in the direction of B. Then we can write PQ. What will be PQ? PQ will be, this is vector A. Then PQ will be A cos theta, just like we have seen in the last slide. PQ will be A cos theta. So PQ is vector A into cos theta. A into cos theta. Then vector A dot unit, because A cos theta is just a magnitude, right? It's in the, so we need to add the unit vector in the direction of PQ. So unit vector in the direction of PQ is what? Unit vector in the direction of PQ is AB. That is A dot AB will be then vector A. So PQ can be written as vector A into unit vector AB. Okay. Then unit vector A, vector A in then unit vector AB into cos theta. So vector A, mod A into unit vector AB is equal to, because the magnitude of this is 1 only, then that we can write as mod A into cos theta. That means PQ is equal to vector A dot vector B. Okay. Actually we are arriving at this this relation. So PQ is A cos theta. Then A cos theta means then we need to give the unit vector in the direction of B. That is PQ is equal to A cos theta. Then A cos theta dot AB. That is A dot cos A cos theta dot AB. So PQ is finally A dot AB. That is the scalar projection of A. Scalar projection of A in the direction of B, that is PQ. It is A dot AB, right? Because mod A mod B cos theta is A dot B. That means, so the mod A into A unit vector AB dot cos theta is A dot unit vector AB. That is what we are deriving here. That is the scalar projection of A in the direction of B. Then it has certain applications, like we can say that we are using it in the, to find the line integral of a vector. Example, to find line integral. Example is to find the line integral of a vector. That is one example. To find the line integral. So we will see that. Okay, I will use this space to find the line integral of a vector. That is okay. I will show that in the next slide. So one application which we have which we can do is, suppose we have a line here. We have a line AB, because these things you will be learning in detail, and a vector F here. So now I am just familiarizing you with why we are learning all these things, right? Theta. So we consider a small length DL. We have a total length AB. So we consider small length DL and a vector F is there. Then the line integration will be like, integral A to B. We just need to do F dot DL. That is the use of dot product. That is A to B F cos theta DL. That is the projection of DL onto the vector F. Okay. That is, in order to do the line integration, we should project F in the direction of DL. We project F in the direction of DL. We project F in the direction of DL. And similarly for surface integral also you can do. Surface integration. Because these two concepts we are using when we study Stokes theorem and divergence theorem towards the end of this first module. So you should understand why, you should understand the connection between all these things. That's why. So suppose we have a surface here. So we take a small surface here and the vectors are going out. And An is the normal vector. N is the normal vector. Then the flux will be equal to surface integral F dot ds. That is the idea. Surface integral f dot ds. So what it will be? Surface integral as f cos theta ds, mod f cos theta ds, mod f cos theta ds. So far we have seen. So what is actually what actually it is like? I'll just revise whatever we have seen till now. So we have seen what is a scalar product. So you know that it is A dot B. Sorry. So you know that it is A dot B cos theta. So such things, then what is the minimum value and what is the maximum, such things, cos 0, cos 90, what happens when it is parallel, what has, and one important thing is the projection of A onto B. It is a scalar projection, okay? Theta AB, then cos theta, such things. You can just rewind and see same thing I have explained. And then we saw the laws, there is commutative law and then such things. Commutative law, distributive law, then what happens when it is multiplied by a constant, and then the applications. Okay, these are actually the applications. Okay, so make the notes accordingly, everything I'm giving, and these are the laws. So application is, one is to find the angle between two vectors. If you have the dot product, then scalar, very important thing. Scalar projection of A in the direction of B. You have a vector A and we are projecting it in the direction of B. So in order to show the direction of B, you should have the unit vector in the direction of B, that is AB cap. AB cap, then same way PQ will be A cos theta. Then we multiply that with the unit vector AB to give the direction. So mod A mod A into unit vector, modulus of unit vector AB into cos theta. That will be A cos theta, because this the value is 1, that is A dot B, A dot AB, dot product. And applications is to find the line integral of a vector, which we have seen in the next slide. That is how we find the line integral. So line integral means you just need to do f dot dl, that is f cos theta. Similarly, surface integral also, if this is the surface, means f dot ds only we need to do, that is f cos theta. So this is you have the application for this in Stokes theorem, and so don't worry what is Stokes theorem and all, you will find that towards the end of this module. And divergence theorem. So you have the application there. Then there are certain laws which you should, that is regarding dot product. I'll show in the next slide. So when it comes to the dot product, I'll use the red pen itself. When it comes to the dot product, there are some rules which we know, which we should know, and what is also A dot B. First one is AX dot AX. So you know, same vector means they are parallel. So angle is 0. That is 1 into 1. This unit vector, right? So modulus of unit vector is 1 only. So 1 into cos theta. That is 1 into cos 0. What is the value of cos 0? Cos 0 is 1. Same is the case with AY dot AY. And same is the case with AZ dot AZ, because theta is 0 degree here. Then what happens in case of a perpendicular vector? AX dot AY, that is 1 into 1. So this unit vector means modulus is 1, magnitude is 1. 1 into cos theta, which is equal to AY cap dot AZ cap is equal to AZ cap dot AX cap. Same way, right? Because theta here is 90 degree is equal to 0. That is 1 into cos 90, which happens to be 0. So to summarize dot product, we have vector A is equal to AX dot AX plus AY dot AY plus AZ dot AZ, and vector B is equal to BX dot AX plus BY dot AY plus BZ dot AZ. Then if you're asked to find A dot B, you know A dot B will be a scalar. That means you just need to do AX into BX plus AY into BY plus AZ into BZ. Very important relationship which you should be very much familiar. That is A dot B is equal to AX dot BX plus this is that result. Be very much familiar with this. Okay. And then we can do a lot of problems from this. So I will give you one question also. So this is one numerical problem based on dot product. So this is the second question. One question we have done in the last class. So what they're asking is to find the angle between RAB and RAC. So first of all, you need to find what is RAB. The position vector RAB, which is, you know, last class we have seen RB minus RA. So when I teach, I will be explaining you one problem and then giving you the homeworks. Similar problem. So you need to do that. So what will be RB minus RA? 3 minus 2 minus 2 minus 5, 4 minus minus 5. So what it will be? AX. 3 minus 2 means 1 AX minus 7 AY plus, you can actually pause the video and do the problems on your own. And then what is RAC? RAC will be equal to RC minus RA, which is equal to same way RC minus RA minus 2 minus 3, that is minus 4, RC minus RA, right? Minus 2 minus 2 minus 4 AX minus 2 AY plus 2 AZ. Then theta is equal to cos inverse of mod of RAB, sorry, vector RAB into vector RAC. That's dot product RAB dot RAC dot product, okay, into mod of RAB into RAC. That is equal to, so how to take the dot product of two vectors? Just multiply the coefficients, right? So 1 into minus 4 plus minus 7 into minus 2 plus 2 into 5 divided by, how to take the modulus? Root of 1 square plus 7 square plus 5 square multiplied by root of 4 square plus 2 square plus 2 square. So the answer is, I will give you the answer. Answer is 61.874 degrees. So everybody do it and check whether you're getting the answer. So and then now I will move on to the B section. That is length of projection of RAB. So we have a vector. So now you need a figure here, right? Sorry. I'll use another color also. Green we will come. So we have a vector AC here, and then the same one. Length means what? Length means scalar. So the scalar projection only they are asking here. Okay, length of projection, scalar projection. So AB, and then we need to project it. That is project RAB onto RAC. Okay, so we'll take, just like we took PQ, we will take another RAP here. So we can write it like, sorry, we can write it like RAP is equal to RAB, vector RAB dot AAC, right? In the previous explanation, we wrote vector A into unit vector AB, right? Similarly, vector AAB into unit vector AC, same thing. So now everything is simple. So RAB vector AB dot RAC. So unit vector AD is RAC by mod of RAC. Mod of RAC. So now you can find everything. 20 divided by root of 4 square plus 2 square plus 2 square. Okay, because RAB we have already found out. RAC also you have found out. So everything is given here. You can just do it directly. RAB dot RAC you need to do. That's what we are getting as 20 dot product, and then by root of the modulus. So answer is 4.082. Okay. So I want everybody to try this on your own, because I will be giving you the homework question in our live class. Okay. Okay. So I am winding up. So cross product in the next class, I will give you an idea. So this is more important. Okay. Thank you.